Hey, this is Joe from Mitten Mama on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. All right, I've been talking a lot about the parameters of making great brisket, and the same principles pertain to your pork butt also. All right. Um, the only difference is that you're not going to cook it for as long, and you don't have to trim hardly anything off, but the same principles apply when you are making your pork butt shoulder. Okay. um, what we were doing, we talked about this, keeping it within parameters to make great brisket, and now we're going to make great pork butt the same exact way. All right, and the seasonings are exactly the same when you're first starting out, and it's salt and pepper 50-50. It can take the salt. Okay, so when we start a brisket, we start out, we got salt and pepper 50-50. Then you have to trim, and we have to go over that. We have to make another video to show you how to, trim a brisket. Not for competition. It's not going to be totally aerodynamic, and we're not cutting a lot of meat off of it to make it, competition ready, so it's all beautiful and perfect. We're going to cut what needs to be cut off so you can have great brisket. And the competition stuff is completely different. They cut off really good cuts of meat because they only want specific areas of the meat. So when you're making it at home, you just want good brisket, man. You want good pork butt. And that's what we got today, is pork butt. And we're into like step 2, which is trimming and seasoning of the pork butt. And then we're gonna go over, I've got my smoker set to 275, and it's a pellet smoker, but it's a manual pellet smoker. It's within a small budget. You can get it on a small budget, and it works phenomenal. You do have to put pellets in, every so many minutes or so, but it works really good. So without further ado, we're gonna get you down and let you see what we got here. We got a nice little pork butt, meat side up, fat side up. Okay. The only trimming you have to do on a pork butt is like anything that sticks out that's going to burn. Okay. Anything that sticks out and protrudes is going to burn. And the same exact thing with a brisket. It will, anything that pokes out on a brisket will burn. So you just kind of round off, little tiny edges. That's all I'm gonna do, is just take and round off anything that's poking out that will burn off, and we don't want that. So taking a little tiny bit of the meat on the edge all the way down. If it's poking out, it won't be any good. So just taking a little bit of a 45 there, a little round. Okay, just take your edge off. Alright, set that off to the side right now. Right here, there's an edge, square edge. We're going to take and round that off. You're not taking a whole lot off. You're just taking anything that's going to stick out and burn. So put that over there. Anything else? That's a little bit, just a top piece. Not much, just a little bit of the fat. No big deal. Alright. That's about all the trimming you need to do. All right, you are perfectly fine to put this in your smoker after you season this thing. So put little edges there. All right, nothing more to do. All right, here we go. We're gonna season this thing, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. Got a little empty shaker here. We're gonna put salt in. Take the top off of that. I put in as much salt as I think I'm going to need for this whole thing. Kosher salt is perfect. I've got table salt here, and which is fine. It coats it a little bit differently, but you know what? It's fine. You don't have to go crazy. Like I say, let's stay in a few parameters, and it's just salt and pepper, whether it be kosher salt or just your regular table salt. All right, and there is a little bit of a difference. Kosher salt is preferred. But now we're going to fill this thing up with pepper about the same amount. Okay, so I'm just gonna not shake it up and put about the same amount of pepper. Okay, we'll call that, the bottom's a little bit wider, so a little more extra pepper. We're in Texas, so more pepper the better. Okay, we're gonna go about 50-50 on the pepper and salt. So we got that in our little shaker. I'm gonna put the top back on. I'm gonna put the top back on this first, doing everything one-handed. Why? I don't know. Take this, shake it up. And you'll have to shake this up as you put it on because it'll separate a little bit. Okay? Alright. Now we're gonna season our pork butt or our brisket, whichever one you're doing today, but it's the same basic thing. Stay within a parameter of keeping it simple. We're gonna keep this simple, all right? Keep it simple. Let's make let's make great pork butt and brisket first. Salt and pepper, trim off the edges, smoke it, and we'll go over on this video how to smoke the pork butt, and the basics are the same for both brisket and pork butt. Brisket takes longer, you have to trim it, you have to do a few different things, but we're going to pork butt now, and there's no trimming, so just the pointy edges. And we're just gonna season it with salt and pepper, put it in the smoker, and in about 4 hours we're gonna check the temperature. All right, and we'll go from there. That's part 3. So back to our pork butt. Like I say, you want to keep shaking that up as you're going, because it does tend to separate a little bit, but little separation ain't too bad. Just go ahead and pat it on there. Just do every side of your pork butt. As we do this, do the sides. Alright, the salt seems to be heavier and wants to come out quicker than the pepper, so we'll just shake it up a little bit as we go. Every side gets a little love. Shake it up. Hey, Black Dog, get down, get down. Get down, Black Dog. Neighbor's dog came over to say hello. Bailey's out with me, but Black Dog is a little crazy. Last side, and then I'll probably just go over it a little bit more because I got it enough to make sure it's well coated. Just make sure it's well coated. Okay? Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. This is Texas. We love our salt and pepper rubs. Okay? There's that. All right. There it is. Salt and pepper 50-50 all the way on each side, fat side up, meat side down. All right, you are ready to put it in the smoker. That is all you have to do to make great pork butt at this point. All right, let me wipe my hands off here. All right, so we're gonna put this in my smoker. I got it set to 275. Your parameters for cooking pork butt and brisket is anywhere, depending on your smoker that you have, 225 to 275. Stay there. Stay right in there. Okay? Keep it there. That's all you want. All right? Mine, it works great at 275. And we're going to step on over and check it out. All right, here we are at the smoker. And this is a Masterbuilt. I think they're about 189 bucks for this one. So, I mean, they're not outrageous, and they work good. And if you see down here, it's just got a little, that's where you put your little wood pellets, and put them in there, dump them in, it just twists in there. And so, here we go. Here's our seasoned pork butt, trimmed up the little tiny edges, and it's seasoned with salt and pepper only. 50-50, and I've got it set to, if you can see it or not, I don't know, but it's 277 right now. I have the top is closed right now, so it would get warmed up real fast. All right, we're going to open this up, about 50 to 75% on this particular one, because these smokers, like these Masterbuilt, they tend to get a little dirty smoke in them, so you want to keep that airflow going from the bottom to the top, keep the smoke rolling. It's going to get smoky in there. You just got to make sure that you're not using a lot of dirty smoke, you know, that the smoke that's coming off there is at least flowing through and not all super dense smoke. You don't want to keep this closed because it'll get almost too smoky in there. And these types of units that use pellets, smoke's a little dirtier than you making a fire and using an offset or something like that, an offset style smoker. But with pellets, I think it gets a little dirty, so I tend to make sure that this is open and letting the air, you know, flow through and get the smoke through and out, so it smokes your meat and then, you know, exits. So just something to think about is just keep the airflow, keep your vents, you know, fairly open, 75%, and you'll be fine. All right, for this Masterbuilt, that's kind of the way it works. It works really good that way. So I'll bring you down here, and here's our little pellets that I just put in there, and then I'm gonna just spend about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then we just flip them over so they go down into the little heated section, and that's all there is to it. And I'll come back every 20 minutes or so for the next 3 hours and, you know, keep putting new pellets in, and then after 3 hours I'm pretty much, you know, done smoking with this particular unit, and then we'll just let it cook for that extra hour. We're going to check the temperature, but with this particular unit, about 3 hours worth of smoke with putting about first knuckle deep full of pellets in that little container down there every 20 minutes or so is plenty of smoke for these types right here. Okay, when you're doing chicken in these, you do it once, you know, and not that much, not a full knuckle deep in that little reservoir. You just put some smoke in there one time, and then you let it cook the rest of the way. Whatever it smokes, because you can over smoke chicken so quickly. I found that out a couple of different times. But so there you have it. We're gonna check on this in 4 hours now, but every 20 minutes or so I'm gonna put more pellets in. All right, see you in a little bit. Hey everybody, I waited about 20 minutes, and let me bring you down here. We are at 171 internally, and I'm going to wrap this rascal. Okay, so we're going to take this out, put it on the pan, get some nice bark on there. That's what she's looking like right now. There's that split. She's starting to look good. All right, I'm going to bring you over to the table. I forgot to mention, when your brisket gets to that 170-ish internal and you have the split on the top, you also want to check the fat on the top to see if it's rendered correctly, which is where up until that point it's probably, if you push on the top, it'll be like spongy and rubbery, but when it's ready to be wrapped, it'll be around 170 internal, the top will be split, and then you should be able to kind of poke into the fat on top and have it kind of push, your finger will go into it and then you kind of pull it out, and it'll be kind of sticky, you know, like it's trying to suck it back in there. So you can like put your finger through the fat. So just remember that it's not always about time, but it's about temperature and feel. So about 170, make sure you got that split on the top, and then you push on that fat. Usually when it splits, it's pretty much guaranteed that it'll be, you know, nice and rendered, but you should check it and just put your finger on the top of your on the fat side, and then just push to see if your finger goes into the fat a little bit. And then when you pull it out, it kind of has a little stickiness to it when it comes back out. It's not just like rubber bandy on top anymore, okay? So it has to be rendered. So if you have to let it sit for another hour before, you know, if it's at 170 and it takes it to, you know, 175, 180 before you can put your finger right into the fat, you know, that's what you got to do. So anyways, I checked mine. I didn't have it on camera, but it's there. So we wrapped it, and you'll see in the next clip here. We'll see ya. All right, here we are at the table, and we are going to take this puppy and wrap it. Put it right in the middle, right towards the end here. Okay. Take it and wrap it nice and tight as you can. You're gonna roll it over. That's the top. This is the bottom. These up here. Bottom is on the top right now. The meat side is on the top, and we're gonna one more time over. Now the fat side is on the top again. And there you have it. Fat side back on top. We're gonna put it right back and let it get to 203 degrees. See you in a minute. Here we are. Gonna put this right back in. In the middle, and actually I'm going to put my probe in there, right in the top. There we go. All right, right in the top. Don't hit the bone. Go on the other side of the bone, but put that probe right in the middle of your meat, and then we're gonna wait for it to be 203. That is it. No more smoke. We're just like basically like putting this in the oven at about, you know, 275 if your oven can do that. You can actually finish it off at your lowest temperature, whatever that happens to be. But I would go 275 on the if you're gonna put it in the oven, because you don't need no more smoke. You're not smoking anymore. It's just using this as an oven at this point. So there you go. 275 for the rest of the duration, and we'll come back and check on it. I'll probably be 2 hours in before I check it again. You know, all I gotta do is just turn this on and see what the temperature is inside. So, hey everybody, we have a internal temp of 203 degrees. So we're gonna pull this bad boy. I don't have my stand out here, so you're on the steps for right now. So we're gonna get our gloves out because it's gonna be hot. Put it in our pan. And you are done. Now all we gotta do is let her rest. We're gonna open it up and then kind of close it back up loosely, and then let it rest for 35-40 minutes tops. I'm gonna check a few other places on here, make sure that we're good everywhere. And oh yeah, definitely Perfection. All right, we're good to go. All right, we'll turn that off. Excuse me. And here she is. Then we're going to take it inside, open it up a little bit, and then we're going to close the bag up and let it rest for about 35-40 minutes. All right, I'll be right back. There it is, y'all. Fresh off the smoker. Look at that bark on there.
He's doing a lot. He's doing a video for a video upload.
And then we're just going to wrap this back up loosely and let it sit for about 40 minutes. So, see you in a little bit. Hey everybody, we're inside. We let this rest for 45 minutes, and we're going to show you what we got here. And we're going to do this right on line here. The bone. If you should be able to pull that out cleanly, and that will tell us if she's done or not. As long as it comes out clean, and it do. Comes out clean. Alright. You wouldn't be able to do that if it was not done. So, we'll put that off to the side over here. Get our, we're going to put this, it's still hot. Super hot. But we're going to put it into this pan, and then, ooh, some of it's already fallen off. Put this to the side, and then here it is. I'm gonna try a little bit. You want to try a little bit, babe?
We're doing a tink.
You want to tink?
There now?
Yeah. We're going to tink on this,
Oh Lord.
and then I'm gonna pull it apart.
Calm down. Hi guys.
There you go.
Lord have mercy on our souls.
Tear off a chunk. Get a
Anywhere.
little bark.
I don't know what I want.
Shite.
I feel like you're too excited for this.
Look at that. Just, woo woo.
Okay.
Gotta have a little bark in there, man.
There we go.
That bark is money.
Hi guys,
All
we
right.
just finished up our hot dogs, so we're not.
You know,
We're not really hungry.
Those two hot dogs are filling. Tink. Where's my? Oh, it's over here. Tink. Look at that.
The bark.
Oh yeah. Perfection. Tink.
Oh shit.
Oh my God, that's good.
What is this?
The bark is not hard at all, and that's what happens when you wrap it. It softens it up, and the bark is just fabulous.
Got good flavor.
Smoky.
Good flavor.
Man, that bark is good.
Look, you guys.
Oh.
See the color of it? It should be a little smoke color. That is very good, baby. I'll give it to you on that one.
Oh. Ligament in there. But holy moly.
I'm gonna give the girls a little piece so they can celebrate with us.
Yeah, sure.
There you go, guys. We never smoke or grill something. We don't give our girls a piece because they're part of our
Unless there's
family.
garlic in it.
Yeah. Well, we give them the inside. Oh, this
That's
is.
good, man.
You guys look at the color of it.
Wow.
Let me see.
Wow. That doesn't do a whole lot.
Look at it, guys. The color of it is because it's been smoked.
That's the
How many hours do you think?
outer area. That was since noon today.
9 hours?
Yeah. Roughly, yeah.
Okay, we're done.
Beautiful. I'm gonna pull it apart.
We'll be back, guys.
We'll be back. Here we go. We're still
Quick, easy. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Shredding. Couple forks. You're gonna look for some nerve in there so you can get that out as much as you want to mix it together to get that bark mixed in. You also still look for some nerve that is just extra, not
some
really
bristle
tasty.
or whatever, some ligament type of stuff.
And then,
So
but I love your AirPod case. Oh my
there
gosh,
it is.
it's beautiful.
Pulled pork, baby.
Joe goes, show them the real picture.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah, this is what it looks like now.
This stuff here This stuff here,
There's
pulled
everyone
apart
I was
like
telling
nothing.
the whole story, and I just slowed down because it started
And you
raining.
just mix in, you break away all the bark and
I didn't even know
everything.
you weren't there.
Perfect bark on there. I'm telling you, and this is the same when you go to cut your brisket.
A lady said something
You
about being
cook
a
it
grandma, and I was like,
with
oh, I'm a
salt and
grandma too,
pepper.
let me show you my pictures.
You trim it up, then you salt and pepper it, of course, and then you cook it to about 170 degrees internal, like on the point side, on the fatty side, the one that's thicker, okay. And then you go to it, and then you see if the fat is rendered on top, and then you wrap it, and it's basically the same kind of cook, and it's you just got to do it at the right times, and then cook it to the right temperatures, and that is the basics of brisket and the basics of your pork butt, okay? Because you will not be dissatisfied with your result. This is so good, and it is just the right amount of smoke, and you will perfect pulled pork, and you will perfect brisket. That is so key, man, because you don't want to put, and if you want to change anything from there, once you've made it like this and you know what it's supposed to taste like, now you can, like for pork butt, you can add sugar to your rub if you want. You can use Lowry seasoned salt for your brisket or whatever, or for this. You can put all kinds of stuff as a thing, but change, if you're going to change something, change one thing at a time. If you're going to put brown sugar on it, try it once with nothing else changed. Salt, pepper, and brown sugar. See how the brown sugar tastes. All right. See if you go, oh, I like that, but I think it would be good with another level of flavor with garlic and onion powder. All right. You can do all that stuff, but do this first. You have to do this first, and get fabulous results. And everybody will love this, just the way it is. For pulled pork, and you get barbecue sauce and make sandwiches, whatever. But this will get people to go, that dude knows how to cook pork butt, and he knows how to cook brisket. And you tell me next time you're going to make it, because I'll be back. And that's exactly what this stuff will do, because it is so good. And your brisket will be the same way. You just got to keep within a few parameters. You got to do certain things, and then you just, stick with salt and pepper until you go, okay, I'm going to try something different this time. I'm going to try it on me and my immediate family first, and you change one thing at a time, whether it be the cook time, or the temperature that you pull it out, or the rest time. Like this rested for 45 minutes, but pork butt is kind of like a no-brainer, but you got to let it rest for at least 35-40 minutes, just so the juices stay in and it doesn't dry out immediately. If you took this off there at 203 degrees and pulled it apart, it would be dry. But this stuff is still moist. I pulled it apart like 10 minutes ago, and it's still moist, and it'll stay moist, and it's going to be great. And that's what you want. You want great results. And that's what doing this does. Staying within certain little parameters, and then you can expand and experiment with all the other rubs that are out there. But if you're going to change the rub and don't do pepper and salt, you change the rub only, and everything else stays the same. Cook at the same temperatures, cook it to the same length of time, and then see what changes when you put that different rub on there. Or because if you put a different rub on, and then you change the cooking times, and you cook the wrap time, or if you don't wrap, and you change 3 or 4 things, and all of a sudden it doesn't taste so great anymore, you don't even have a clue which one made it taste bad, or if it was a combination, not bad, but different than what you really want. For Texas barbecue, man, salt and pepper, I would say maybe some Lowry's, in there. But this stuff is, oh my God, is phenomenal, man. It is so good. And that's what you want. And staying within some basic parameters will get you there, okay? Next is brisket. We're going to trim up a brisket, salt and pepper it, smoke it. All right. We'll go through all that so everybody knows how to get that rolling and get great brisket for the fam and friends, and they will love you, and they won't have to just go, it's pretty good. I don't know. Well, this you guaranteed it's good. All right. We'll see ya. Bye.